Okay, so as mentioned in the previous video, I've already started a little bit of work over here because I just needed to get something done, a little bit of vacuuming done because the kids are all in bed now, and I don't want to be using this for very long at all because it's extremely noisy after they've gone to sleep. And the little one, the baby, is usually in this room. Actually, I'm glad the baby's not in this room and that I'm staying late because babies should not be exposed to just the level of mold and unhealthy air that they will be breathing in here until this issue is sorted out and this AC is actually cleaned properly, comprehensively from the other side. I'm going to encourage you guys to be sending these videos directly to the landlord, or the agent, however the communication is happening, because this is quite... what's the word? It's negligent, okay? And again, it could be ignorant negligence, but now being fully informed, and this is directly to you, landlord, whoever the landlord is, now being fully informed with all the information that we are providing here, very clearly, very detailed, and also additional supplementary information that will be provided showing pretty much this exact type of AC, this exact same model even of AC, other videos showing just how dirty this coil is going to be on the other side, given the fact that whenever this renovation was done, apparently around 10 years ago, and you can see the level of dust in there. The video that we're going to share is a specific sample. Again, the model is almost identical, if not the identical model number, and I can cross-reference that and check that because we're still in touch with that client. So the condition of that fan coil unit, it had been comprehensively cleaned when it was, it was newly installed 4 years earlier, I should say. And I can get clarification on the exact date, but from memory, it was roughly 4 years prior to our visit there. So add on 6 years. And then imagine just how dirty it is on the other side. Now, it's on... I'll go and check the panel down here now and make sure that you can see that we're not fudging any of the numbers. Okay, so the fan is on the highest setting. Let me try and make sure I can focus on that. As you can see, okay, that is the highest setting. It's set on 18 degrees. Doing one long video, one long shot, so you can clearly see that no edits, no nothing. And we'll do the same for after I've got all the dust out of there. So at the moment, don't bother about the temperature reading on this. The temperature reading from this machine, this instrument, is far more accurate than this. This is primarily, its function is for measuring wind velocity, okay, air velocity, as you can see. So it's hovering around 1.4, 1.5, and sometimes it pops up to 1.6, as you can see, okay. It is going to be a little bit gusty. Now you would think that, oh, why isn't it just absolutely consistent? What's wrong with your measuring device? I can assure you, although this looks quite simple and it doesn't look like it's particularly expensive, there's the details, very clear there. You can have a look and see they're quite a costly little device. Okay, now I've opted for this rather than one of the big, huge units because I need to be conservative with how many tools I need to carry, and they need to be small and they need to be accurate. This is scientifically accurate. It's as accurate as the larger, more expensive devices. So this is a reliable measurement. You could say it's plus or minus 0.1, just like traffic cameras. If you get caught by the police, it's plus or minus 3 kilometers per hour of error. This is plus or minus 0.1. So you could say it's 1.5, okay? And we've already done a little bit of work down there already. So before I didn't measure it like this, but I'd say it was around about 1.2. So there's already been a little bit of improvement already. So we're going to get what needs to get done down there, and then we'll come back and we'll make another video showing afterwards. And we'll show that panel down there as well too, so again, to prove that numbers aren't being fudged. And I would just like to again add, I would strongly recommend, this is for the tenant, strongly recommend that you do not have the baby in this room at all for any length of time whatsoever, and definitely not sleeping overnight until this fan coil unit issue, until it's cleaned properly. I would invite you to just go and do some research, search for child death in the UK from mold, excessive mold inhalation, and you'll come up with a case that took years and years and years to resolve, and eventually the people that suffered the loss of their child owing to mold, not from a situation, not from an AC situation, from another mold situation, but nevertheless mold. Okay, the child sure was had some respiratory issues. A lot of people can have respiratory issues and not know it, but you should never expose a newborn. Any child up to the age of 5 years old can be negatively affected by heavy levels of mold. And there's studies have been done. Again, you can look all of this up. Kids that are under 5 years of age, while they're still developing and their immune system's developing, are far more likely. I can't remember the specific percentages and figures and whatnot, but they're far more likely to develop respiratory issues as a consequence of that. Okay, so anyway, I've got to crack on, it's getting late.